87 Sports Fans live. The second segment of the program. We're at the 10:30 hour, the 32-minute point of the hour. Let me try that again. Jim Saranteas from thefantasygreek.com will join us at the top of the hour for the NFL hour. You won't want to miss that. We'll go through all last week's games that stood out to us. I'll give you a sneak peek at our picks for Week 6. In case you're wondering, in case you're living in a bubble right now, the Seattle Seahawks and the Washington Redskins are playing Monday Night Football. 6:40 left in the third quarter. It is 17-10 Redskins. Seahawks. Just kidding. In case you wanted to see if you were paying attention. You surprised the Redskins, or you picked the Redskins? So,
I picked the Redskins. That was my throw it against the wall and see what happens pick of the week.
This is like if they somehow pull this off, it's your claim to Swami status.
Yep. Well, I mean, if you look at Seattle this season, I know we're getting off topic because we were going to talk about the NBA, but if you look at Seattle this season, they looked very impressive week 1 against Green Bay, but they allowed Green Bay to be in that game until the end of the third quarter before they really opened it up. But then the other 3 games, the one they lost against San Diego, the one they won against Denver, and now this one, I mean, they haven't looked great. I mean, the loss in San Diego was embarrassing on the road. And the win against Denver, I mean, it was down to the wire in that game. In fact, it was the famous, a lot of people were saying they need to change the overtime rules because Manning never got a chance to touch the ball. So to me, it's not as surprising because they haven't been that dominant force they were at the end of last year. That's all I got to say about that.
Interesting take. That's all I will say.
It's like basketball.
Yeah, because we'll save all that stuff for Jim at the top of the hour.
Yes.
So the preseason NBA is tipping off right now, and big news there with the new TV deals. Good news for me as far as what I'm looking at is that there'll still be NBA on TNT because there's only so much ESPN I could take. Me and Bob Sullivan got into it, or not into it. We exchanged tweets, and he said that ESPN should be banned from basketball coverage. And I was like, no, we get Mark Jackson back this year. He's not coaching.
Yeah, I don't know. ESPN is getting a little oversaturated.
Mama, there go that man. But like Jalen Rose with Bill Simmons and everything, the pregame show with Magic and everything, it's kind of hard to watch.
Yeah.
Bob brought that up, and it's a very valid point.
Well, now Bill Simmons is trying to get out of ESPN, so he might not even be there anymore.
Well, if I were him, I would.
Yeah.
Let's be honest here, because Bill Simmons got suspended for talking about Goodell's role with the NFL and everything like that, and the way that he said it. But that attitude that got him suspended was the exact reason ESPN hired him in the first place.
Exactly.
It's completely hypocritical for them to suspend him because of that attitude. That's exactly why he got a job with ESPN.
Yeah, so. And it wasn't a broadcast. He wasn't on camera. It wasn't on ESPN. It was on his podcast. Yes, it is presented by ESPN. It is run by them, but it's on a podcast where you have to subscribe to listen to it. You have to try to find it on iTunes. You know what I mean? It's not like something that's you just flip the channel and there he is going off on Goodell. And then even that, they played it off as if not only what he said about Goodell was so inflammatory and unprofessional, but also what he said about ESPN, saying, I hope they're listening and suspend me or whatnot. He didn't even go as far as they made it sound. I remember when I heard the soundbite for the first time, I was like, really? They're going to suspend him over that? I've heard commentators say so much worse than what he said.
And not for nothing. Let's not ignore the fact that he had a point. I mean,
he was dead right.
Not for nothing. But anyway, so let's go through. Let's look at the scoreboard, shall we, tonight?
Yes.
Lakers and Nuggets tipped off the first quarter. End of the first quarter, Nuggets with a 2-point lead. Obviously, scores don't matter in this, but let's look how the players are faring. Timothy Mozgov with shooting 3 of 4 from the floor. Ty Lawson, 3 of 3. Darrell Arthur, that's how I have to say his name.
Arthur.
He's not doing anything much. I just wanted to say Darrell Arthur with 3 points. For the Lakers, Kobe Bryant, 3 of 6 shooting, 6 points, 4 assists, 2 rebounds, and a turnover. Carlos Boozer, 2 of 4, 4 points, 3 boards. I don't think that this Laker team is going to be good, but I don't know how bad they're really going to be. Right now, they're
definitely going to be better than last year.
Yeah, but what does that mean?
That means that they are going to be a potential, and I'm using quotation marks, potential 8th seed in the West.
No, this is probably the smallest lineup I've ever seen on the Lakers. Right now, tonight. And I know it's preseason game 1. I know everyone just calm down, but Carlos Boozer, Jordan Hill, Wesley Johnson, Steve Nash, and Kobe Bryant. There's not a shot blocker in that.
No, not at all. But, there is a lot, there is talent on this team. I think one of the big things is going to be, I'm actually kind of surprised that Nash has already played 11 minutes.
Right.
I know Bryant still needs to get into the flow, and he's that kind of player where he needs to get his rhythm down, especially being injured all last season. But Nash he's held together by duct tape and ace bandages. For him, he doesn't necessarily have to get in a shooting rhythm. It's just going to be the instincts, his natural instincts on passing and being a guard and in playing with these guys on his team. But he's so fragile that I can't see them playing him too much in the preseason. Because he is, I know Lynn is going to bring something to the Lakers, and I have faith in Lynn. I think he's a good player. But, that veteran leadership that Nash can bring, I think, will be useful with the Lakers this season, but he just needs to be healthy.
It's a major moral victory that Nash has played 11 minutes so far and hasn't blown out a hamstring. Let's just be honest here.
Yeah, he is 85 years old.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. But last year, you looked at him wrong. It's like remember Clash of the Titans when you couldn't look at Medusa without turning to stone.
Yes.
Yeah. If Steve Nash looked at a basketball court, he got injured last year.
God, I still can't believe he came into this league in 1996.
From Santa Clara.
That's crazy.
Unheralded.
Absolutely crazy.
2 MVP awards later. And
well deserved. Well deserved.
All right, let's move on. The Boston Celtics clobber the Philadelphia 76ers 98-78. For the Celtics, Kelly Olynyk with 14 points. Evan Turner, 15 against his old mates. Brandon Bass with 15 points off the bench. Marcus Thornton, good sign for the Celtics, 14 points, although he did shoot 5 of 13 from the floor, so let's not get too excited here. For the Philadelphia 76ers, Tony Wroten, 19 points on 6 of 14 shooting. Dear God. First game of the preseason, folks. Nerlens Noel played 27 minutes at the 4. Shot 2 of 9 from the floor with 6 boards, 4 turnovers, and fouled out. So welcome to the NBA, Nerlens Noel. Looking at who didn't play. Michael Carter-Williams did not play. Jeremy Grant did not play. For the Celtics, no Jeff Green. No Joel Anthony, no Rajon Rondo, fractured left hand, of course, in the shower. Do you think that's a BS story, by the way?
Yeah, it's the kind of shower fracture that Ray Rice got in the elevator, I think. It's just, come on. You fracture your hand in the shower. Come on. Come on, son.
I've fallen like 4 times in the shower. Haven't fractured anything yet.
I've never fallen in the shower.
That I remember. So who's going to be better? Who's going to have the better record? Are the Celtics the better team, or the 76ers with a healthy Nerlens Noel ready to move up from the
No,
bottom
it's
scrapers
Boston.
they were?
I think Philadelphia is going to be atrocious this season.
Really? Because remember they started out pretty good last year, and then reality set in.
Well, the pretty good start was like 2 games, and then reality started. Because they started 2-0, if I'm not mistaken, and they looked great, and then they just went right to shit. Pardon my language.
I thought they,
But-
went like a good 10, 12 game stretch with a respectable record.
Yeah. I look at this team, and they got a lot of problems. I wouldn't be surprised if they make the attempt to set the record for most losses in a season.
Well,
I just have zero faith in them.
well, you did pick the Eagles to go winless one year.
I did, didn't I?
Let's see. They beat the Heat last year on opening night, 114 to 110. They won 1-2, 3-2, 4-2, 4-3, 4-4, 5-4, and then they went on a 4-game losing streak back to reality.
Yeah.
But they were so impressive at 5-4 because nobody expected that of them anyway. Even that, tell you how bad they really were. So look at their depth chart now. They got, according to ESPN.com, Michael Carter-Williams at the point, Tony Roten at the 2, Hollis Thompson with Jason Richardson backing him up at the 3, Luke Richard Mbamute at the 4, and
I love that name.
At the center. They got 5 centers on this team right now. Nerlens Noel, Henry Sims, Brandon Davies, Hashim Thabit. We got the beat, and
Oh, my God.
Joel Embiid, the rookie. So they got a lot of youth, but I don't know, it's not going to really amount to anything. At least not for another couple of years. Next game on the docket, the Atlanta Hawks hosted the New Orleans Pelicans, which, look, I understand people tell me Pelicans could get kind of angry and they can be a fierce bird, but that is a horrible sports team name.
Oh, it's terrible.
The Hawks beat them by 6 in this game. For the Pelicans, Anthony Davis, 11 points on 5 of 12 shooting. Omer Ashik, 5 points, but 12 boards in this game. Drew Holiday with 13 on 5 of 13. Eric Gordon, 12 points on 4 of 11 shooting. God, what was this? This game must have been horrific to watch. The Atlanta Hawks, a lot of controversy with Danny Ferry's racist comments or whatever you want to call it in the offseason. Their leading scorer, you ready for this? John Jenkins.
John Jenkins.
John Jenkins. I remember John Jenkins from the playground. Jeff Teague with 11 and 3 assists. Nothing major. Who did not play? Al Horford, DeMar Carroll, Kent Bazemore coming over from the Lakers from last year, and Kyle Korver did not play personal reasons. I bet those personal reasons have something to do with the fact that they suck.
Yeah.
But they were victorious on this night. What do you think about now, let's look at the Pelicans for a second now. Anthony Davis. Everyone's saying that Anthony Davis is like, when LeBron hangs it up, the league is Anthony Davis's. That's the what's the word? Prevailing thought process after Team USA did what they did or whatever, that Anthony Davis was next.
See, I think people are just terrified of the unibrow and what it might do to them if they don't consider him the next great thing. Because that is a terrifying unibrow.
It is. You would think somebody just get the kid a razor. Or just be like, you shave your face, dude. Just bring it up to the top of your head.
Nope. Because you look at it, I think he trims it so he has the unibrow. I think he's proud of it.
Come on, dude.
It's crazy.
Come
crazy.
on, dude. And the final game on the docket, the Washington Wizards and the Chicago Bulls. The Wizards with an 85-81 victory on the road